Man, what did I tell you about Brooklyn when it comes to getting stopped?
Hey, man,
What did I tell you about Brooklyn when it comes to their defense and leadership?
Defense isn't the problem, though.
It is the problem. It's the big part of this problem.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
because a lot of these games so far, the shots not falling.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you fall back on when your shots being contested well? You're supposed to fall back on good defense.
But look at
everybody has dry spells, and what your defense is supposed to cover that.
No, all that is true, but look how the games have been going. They've usually been leading Celtics, and then they just fumble it. Game 1, it was tight knit. It was literally a 1-possession game.
They're blessed. They're blessed that that's the case.
Game 2, they was up almost 20, and then they fumbled it off. Game 3, it was another tight knit game. Now you know who to blame for those things, man. It's all Durant.
I blame Kevin Durant a lot for this.
95% of it.
But Kevin Durant, I blame a lot for this.
95% of it is him. It's you.
And I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna be the one to say it. And I'm not big fans of either of these men personally, but somebody has to say it. I never, ever want to hear Kevin Durant be compared to LeBron James ever again. And I know LeBron's not the best in the world no more, but all-time wise and all the last 3 to 4 years, people are trying to gas Kevin Durant for what he did on the Warriors and say he was better than LeBron. No, he wasn't.
Agreed.
LeBron has done so much more with less time and time again in his career. Look, LeBron, may not be the scorer Kevin Durant is, but LeBron does not disappear like this. LeBron doesn't get bullied and rattled by defense like this. It's like the Celtics are the bad boys Pistons for Durant because they're kind of pushing him around. I think the physicality, because it's such a great defensive team, is getting to him for once. And I think the moment is getting to him for once. And I don't think the moment ever gets to LeBron like this, man. LeBron, even when he loses, his imprint is all over the game. And right now, Kevin doesn't have his imprint on the game. He doesn't got his dominance on the game. He got blocked by Tatum 3 times. Tatum's outplaying this man in this series on both ends. Tatum is breaking out. Like, I know I said I feel like he got a little AD in him, a little La Bouillie in him, but he is breaking out. I gotta call it what I see. I see it with my own eyes. This was a big breakout year, and he's backing it up in the playoffs, and he looks better than Kevin Durant right now. There's no way to say it. There's no way to slice it.
Which is exactly why the only way I summed it up is exactly what I texted you when I watched Game 2.
No way. That's not what it is. I don't think he's on the decline. I think people are getting better, and I think he's really getting punked. No disrespect, but he's getting punked.
Is that supposed to happen to somebody right in the middle of their prime? Who's supposed to be either 1 or 2?
No.
That's not supposed to happen. Not at this point. Not at this point in your career. I could understand if you were still 24, 25. You know what I mean? Like in those ages, okay, fine. Because that's when you're just figuring things out. You're just entering things. You're just dealing with things. But go look at any other person who sat in that best player in the world seat at 32.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going through this. Maybe for a game.
Especially against a team like the Celtics that just got good the second half of the season. They weren't like dominant before. They should be able to walk over the Celtics still with their talent.
I understand you fumbling a game.
Yeah.
1 game. But 3 in a row? Nah, man. I think this is the end. This is the start of the hill. This is the start of the downward hill.
The reason why I say no, because what he still did come from a huge injury and average, 27 plus points per game. So that lets me know talent wise, you're not falling off a cliff.
That was a year ago.
I just really think the Celtics are proving that we're the better team, and especially defensively. I think they're getting in his head.
But three games in a row, Dave. 3 games in a row.
I agree with you. It's disgraceful.
3 games in a row. Come on.
I do not want to hear him be compared to LeBron James.
We gotta sum it up to decline, man.
No. I think that's a cop out. I think that doesn't give. I think that doesn't give Boston enough credit.
No,
I want to be able to give them some credit because I didn't see this. I didn't see a beating like this coming.
No, Boston deserves 100% credit because they came up with a scheme, and I love the attitude that they started with. They started with, "Yo, we're bringing it to you guys. We're bringing it to you guys. We're not punking. We're not getting punked. We know we're younger, but we're stepping up." Like, they came in with the right attitude and the right scheme. I give it to them. But come on, Kevin Durant, bro, he's known for at least answering the call the next game.
He is. That's a guy who never really has bad back-to-back games.
You see what I mean? Like, if somebody does this to him one game, he's not going to let it happen because Milwaukee was doing similar things to him last year. And look what happened. He gave us at least 2 to 3 spectacular ones. So what's going on now? Don't tell me it's the defense because, come on, man.
You don't think their defense is serious?
But not
Smart throwing his body at you. Brown. Tatum has improved a lot. Tice.
Not everybody on the team is an A+.
There's a lot of high B pluses.
Like, not everybody on the team is an A+.
They play a really good together defensive scheme, man.
Even when they do switches and pick and rolls and stuff like that, he's still getting picked. He's getting picked by everybody on the team. He's getting stopped by everybody on the team. I can understand if it's Marcus Smart or if it's Brown, Tatum even.
My question, if you really think it's...
You even got Tice in front of you and you getting stopped, bro.
Tice is a good defender, man. He really one of their best defenders.
He even be having Pritchard in front of him and he's fumbling.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Pritchard.
Come on, Dave. Dave, come on, man. It's decline. It's decline.
Decline? Why didn't his decline? Let me ask you this. Why didn't his decline come in the regular season? If it's a decline, why didn't he have a bad season?
He didn't play that much. We didn't get to see a big enough sample size.
He played enough. Didn't he technically play more games than Harden and Kyrie?
Games, honestly. 50-something, maybe 40-something.
Didn't he play technically more games than Harden and Kyrie?
No, because remember he had a couple of COVID protocols. I remember. Then he had an injury, and then when he came back, the season was already almost over. So think about it. We didn't get to witness enough of him to see.
You might be right. I can't think of it.
We didn't get to witness enough of him to see if you're still that or not. And in the regular season, it's easier to disguise things like that. Let's keep it real. Yeah. You're going up against a lot of badass teams. You're going up against, teams that might not be going their fullest. So it's easier to disguise things like that, especially towards the end of the season. I think this is decline. Think about it. Most players at 32, 33, this is the start. This is the start. I believe that. They're definitely obviously not winning this series. And I told you I wouldn't be surprised if Boston upset. I'm never putting my chips on them ever again. I told you I wouldn't be surprised if Boston upsetted them, but I didn't think it would be this bad. It's bad. This is one of the worst failures of a super team ever. This is one of the biggest failing duos ever. I agree. Probably the biggest. This is bad. Probably the biggest.
The crazy part is the supporting cast is actually doing their part. Seth Curry gave him a good game. Dragic gave him a good game. Patty Mills gave him a good game
the other day and contributed.
Yeah.
Come on.
They're doing their part. Yeah, Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown scored 20-something. He scored 20-something the other day.
Dog, they've been showing up.
What other answer could it be, Dave? What other answer could it be? What else could it be?
Let me ask you this. Is there a way for them to get better after this shit?
No.
I don't see a way out of this.
No.
I really don't.
I don't think so, no. What else could you do?
To actually legitimately compete, I don't see a way out. In the summer, like, who couldn't they pick up? Like,
and the part about this is this just proves you needed all the players.
Yeah. That's the biggest problem with this. You really did need Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
You really needed a situation like that to get.
You're not a carrier. You're not a leader. You're not an alpha male. It's sad. And it's really weird because if you really look at his skills, he's really that dude. But he's not a carrier to the effect of, I'm going to say something crazy. He's not the carrier Kobe is. He's not the carrier LeBron is. That's not controversial. He's not even the carrier the likes of a Dwayne Wade is. Real ones know.
No, he's not.
Most people will try to tell you Kevin Durant's better when he's not.
I'm not ranking him higher than D.
I don't think so.
No.
Dwayne Wade, when the games are important, he always takes it another notch, another gear of clutchness and consistency. Always.
This would never.
Dwayne Wade, come on, he
would be D Wade.
This is. And I just feel like it's weird because he has all the scoring titles. He has the MVP. And I feel like the way the media, and obviously, he's a loved basketball player and he's great. But I feel like his place in history is a little overrated because when we finally asking him to do it by himself, when you're the undisputed number one, we always see funny things. We always see funny business. Mm-hmm. And your most best moments when we didn't see funny business is when any superstar could have been plugged in and did that. That's the only time we see you do what you're supposed to do.
When he had the whole world in his hand.
Yeah. He's got the whole world. Real talk.
Seriously, when he had
his hands.
That was the only time there was no hiccups with him.
Yeah.
When you had the U.S. Navy.
When you get to kill.
You basically had the Navy, the Armed Forces, the Special Unit, you know what I mean? Yeah. The Coast Guard, he had everybody on that team.
He really did.
And that was the only time you could show that you can push through. Come on, dude.
And I think a lot of people, if we really pay attention to the conversations that are had on these networks and shows, they're always saying that he's like a top 10 all time or a top 15. I don't think so. I have to say, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I don't think so.
I'm not going there. You.
He's not better than Bird. He's not better than Duncan. He's not better than Kobe. He's not better than Braun. Dwayne Wade. Let's give him his flowers.
He's not better than Shaq.
Shaq, Olajuwon, Wilt Chamberlain.
Nope.
That's like 10 right there, almost 9, 10 right there.
Nope. I'm not saying Chamberlain. I'm not saying Jerry West. I'm not saying
Magic Johnson.
Magic, no.
That's I'm like 10 right there.
I'm not saying Jabbar. No, none of those guys. None of those.
Way, man.
I don't think he's in that path. Like I said, I need to see a ring in this situation
where he's the undisputed number one. And it's weird because he got all the tools. I just really don't think there's just a certain intangible, there's a certain quality, inner dog and quality that you need to have to carry that you have another gear you could always go up to. And I don't think he has it. I just think he could ball. He's talented. He's one of the greatest scorers ever, but you're not. You don't got that inner spirit that could carry teams to different heights, man.
And the thing is, this is why I'm saying decline too, because you was at least supposed to get out of this.
I know.
This first round, you was at least supposed to.
I mean, you guys got the two best players on the court. That's always a big advantage. Like
it's okay if you lose to Milwaukee again, or
maybe the Sixers,
or even if it's in the Eastern Conference. Even if it's in the Eastern Conference, like as long as it's in the Eastern Conference, I feel like they could have got, you know what I mean, at least a small pass. But you couldn't get out of this?
I know. This isn't like you're facing an all-time dynasty.
Like, this is man.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. He loses a lot of all-time points for me, man.
Even with a return of Ben Simmons coming back next year.
And that's another problem. This guy's watching them on the bench, mad peacefully. I know he could play if he wants to.
Right.
He just doesn't want the pressure of knowing that everybody's relying on him to turn the momentum of the series. He could play. I don't care what anyone says. He could play.
Another guy.
What was the point of trading Harden? I know Harden has his flaws, but you basically traded Harden to have a guy sit down. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with that, man. I really don't know what's going to happen. Because I really feel like he's sitting down and he's killing. He looked fine to me. He's not mentally ill like he was saying. He's saying that it was his mental health. You could tell when it's someone's mental health. Like, you're not hurt to the point where you can't play, yo. You could play. Give them a limited minutes at least. Damn, what happened to people wanting to leave it all out there for their teams, man? What happened?
Yo, and that's another thing I was just leading to, too. Like, even with a returning Ben Simmons, because you're adding another dude who doesn't really have an alpha mentality.
Real talk.
Has a coward mentality.
It might not even do much.
I don't believe in this team moving forward.
It might not even do much because of the mentality.
You're just adding another coward punk mentality to the locker room. Like that, you're really willing to watch your team just sink? Just sink. Claiming that there's something wrong with you.
I swear he's just watching on purpose. I don't care what that.
How you not play ball in a whole damn he
out of nowhere missed damn near the whole year, and you're still making excuses. They first said he was going to come towards the end of the season. He didn't come. Then they said he's rumored for game 1 or 2. He postpones it. You're backing out at the last second. That's what that tells me, bro. Because that's telling us you're ready, and then it keeps changing.
Like, come on, dude. Like, seriously.
What happened to people? I'm not saying I want people to never get paralyzed on the court or go down forever. But what happened to people that will play with broken bones and sprains in their fingers and just tape it up and just go to war? Give you the best they got. What happened? I'm not saying force it, but damn, there's something to be said about somebody who has a sprained thumb and they just wrap it up and it's like, yo, I want to still help my team. There's something that makes fans invest in you more, and it's better for the game and better for your teammates, in my opinion.
And the funny part is they'll claim that they're better than the yesterday athletes.
Yeah.
They'll claim that
they'll just claim we're smarter because we hide.
We'll do things better. No, man. This is why the game is so devalued right now. This is why the game isn't as good as it once was. We don't see warrior things like that happen no more.
Yeah.
We like, seriously, we don't see warrior type performances like that happen no more. Where somebody will just tape something up and then head back out there in the game and somehow will a team to win. Or just even go back out there and go down swinging and give you a performance.
Entertain the fans. It's still about that, man. Even in a loss, you're putting on a show for the people for your fan base that came to see you fight for the win at all costs.
And it's not anymore. That's what's sad. It's not anymore. They don't even care. Yeah. They don't even care. They don't care, dude.
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I really think they should start considering not giving them a paycheck when they do this.
I think it's a rabbit hole.
That's the only way they will be like, all right, oh shit, I'm gonna play through anything now. Like, you ain't getting that check, that direct deposit that week then if you ain't playing that game.
Yeah, somebody has to pay for this, dude. Somebody.
You got enough money. You're good.
They can't just keep getting away with this year in, year out. This is why everything.
Like, stop robbing the product of our stars that our generation has right now. Because I know a lot of you guys can play. I know it, bro.
They can play. Yeah, that's the biggest part.
I know you guys are at your facility playing, bro.
I think as long as there's a clear way from the doctor and somebody doesn't come in, I agree with you. Just take the money.
Take away the money.
Take the money.
That's the only way.
Like, if you're really that battered and you really don't feel that good, then you won't care that they're taking the money.
Exactly. If you really need to be healed up to that extent. Like, damn it. And then people are going to try to twist it and say you're not being sensitive to players' injuries. No, I've seen this and I observed this really closely as a San Antonio Spurs fan. And this guy might be the poster child for this. He's doing the same thing to the Clippers. Yeah. He milked his injury so he could play it safe longer, and he watched us lose when we were built to beat the Warriors that year. I remember it like it was yesterday. We gave the Warriors fits in the regular season. That was the year where it was looking like LaMarcus Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard might actually take us somewhere. Because we were giving them fits. Kawhi was blowing them out by like at least 20 before he went down and got injured.
You're talking about the year he stepped on.
Yeah, we had them on the ropes, man. We could have beat Golden State one of those years. Kawhi and LaMarcus was having one of their better years. So it's like after that he played it safe and was like, yo, I wanna stay out. I want to come back when I want to come back, when everybody's like, yo, you're okay. And then they twisted Tony Parker's words and said that Tony Parker was making fun of him. No, Tony Parker they asked him a question and Tony Parker was just like, yo, I was hurt too. And I came back and I'm older and my injury was worse than his. And I just came back, and he's decided not to. He wasn't making fun of him. He was just saying what the facts are. How am I older? I came back when I ruptured my knee, and you ain't coming back from a thigh bruise, a thigh hamstring problem. And you're sitting out for like a year and some change. And people wanted to place the sympathy card when it's like, all we're really saying is you could give us something. Like, give the fans and give your teammates something. Give them the inspiration that you're trying to fight through something. Stop just being like, oh no, I think I'm gonna take it easy, guys. I think I need a little bit more time. I think I need a little more rest. That it's like that. It's fun for them. It's like, no, I got my money. You know, I'll just rest up here.
And it's one thing. It's one thing if you're doing that for the regular season, but the playoffs ain't supposed to be about stuff like that, man. Like the playoffs isn't. You don't do that in the playoffs. The playoffs is when.
In fact, it should be mandatory if you're not hurt. You have to play the playoffs. Zion, all of them people, they should have all thrown in there. Kawhi, Paul George.
Bro, the playoffs is when everything is supposed to be just left out